In this video, guys, we are talking about Sliver.
You like to watch? Watch this.
Nope, not that one. That's right, the Sliver music video from Nirvana. Now, it all has to do with this house. Kurt and Courtney lived and stayed in various locations during their relationship. This particular house was the second to last house that they owned. The final one, of course, at Lake Washington Boulevard, where Kurt sadly died. Everybody knows that one. And if you look on the map here, you can see the location of both of the houses. So they are not too far away from one another at all. So they were at this house from around March of 93 up to about January of 94 when they moved into that Lake Washington house. So the story goes, the first week of March, Kurt and Courtney moved into a $2,000 a month house at 11301 Lakeside Avenue in Seattle. It was a modern 3-story home just up from Lake Washington with views of Mount Rainier and the Cascade Mountains. It was also gigantic, and at over 6,000 square feet of living space, it was bigger than all of Kurt's previous homes combined. Yet the Cobains quickly filled the house. An entire room became Kurt's painting space. There were quarters for guests and nannies, and Kurt's MTV Awards decorated the second floor bathroom. The house also sported a 2-car garage. And that is the topic of this video, because that is where the Sliver music video was filmed. In this house, in this garage. Now, what they did with the Sliver video is they dressed up the garage with a lot of Kurt's belongings, stuff of his that he had at his old apartment, and that had been in storage for the past couple of years, and he dressed up the garage at his new house to make it look just like his old apartment.
It turned out that it looks a lot like my old apartment in Olympia because I had moved all my stuff. I had my entire apartment, all the stuff from my apartment from Olympia, stored in a storage space for the last 2 years, and I brought it up to the house when we moved into Seattle last year, and I had all this stuff in the basement, and so I set everything up exactly how I had it in my apartment in Olympia. It's just weird deja vu to see that.
Sliver was originally recorded and released back in 1990 as a non-album single by Sub Pop, and was also released on 1992's Incesticide. And it was Dan Peters from Mudhoney who drummed on the track. So with the song being released in 1990, it wasn't till 93 that the music video was made. By then, of course, Nirvana had a new drummer, Dave Grohl, and of course he played the drums on the video, even though it was actually Dan Peters from Mudhoney who actually drums on the song itself. The video was directed by Kevin Kerslake, who worked with Nirvana on several of their music videos, including Come As You Are and In Bloom. And so as you see, as we break it down here, kind of tough to actually match things up here. If I take this shot from the music video here of Dave Grohl, just an assumption that on the right-hand side there they have covered the garage door, assuming that is the garage door there. They've covered that over with pictures and posters and stuff, because that would be the side where the sun comes in, which would mean looking at the outside of the house. That means Dave Grohl's back would be to the wall, sitting down somewhere in this vicinity, we are assuming. But you cannot plainly see the garage doors in any of the shots on the video. It's all being covered over. So it kind of makes it a bit tough to pinpoint anything. Assuming that these garage doors in 2023 are the same ones they had back in 93. We don't know that for sure. You see a lot of marks on the floor there. Possibly oil spots from a car that has been parked in that garage. Some of it could be scuff marks from their gear too, stuff like that. Possibly the garage door has been left open in some of the shots as well to let more natural light in. Again, quite tough to pinpoint everything, right? Would be cool if you could match up some stuff, but indeed this is the garage in this house where the Sliver video was made, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes this house flies under the radar. Kurt and Courtney were here for around 9 months, something like that. The house they moved into before that final house, so they were actually here for much longer. We're saying 9 months here compared to about 3 months at the other place. But there it goes, guys. There's a lot of history to this house. And so if you ever wanted to know where the Sliver music video was filmed, well, now you do. Thanks heaps, guys, for tuning in as always. Be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll catch you on the next one.